Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's time for another exciting Crafting Together with All Brand YouTube hop. This month's theme is Bubbles and Fizz, and I've decided to take a slightly different approach. I'm focusing on the circular shapes that bubbles create and the vibrant colours associated with fizzy drinks, thinking of yellows, oranges and of course golds. I'll be creating an art journal page using these ideas in my A4 journal. So let's get started. I really wanted to create with a range of different stamp styles this month. So my main focal stamp is from Erica from Stampanory, and it's called Pop Art. And then all the background elements will be from my Shady Designs round the block collection. I'm going to start by adding some colour, and I'm using oxides for this, and I'm going to stick to wild honey and abandoned coral, and I'm just going to build up the colour around the image itself and in the diagonal opposite corner. I think that's the right phrase. Once I've got the level of colour down that I want, I'm going to start building up the background. I want to start by building up some of the circles using the circle stamp, the plain stamp in the Oh So Circular stamp set. And I'm using a gold paint from Bibi, and this is her latest launch of the intense liquid colours. And they're actually paints, even though they act like inks. Now on my page, the gold shine won't show as well as I would like to, but trust me, it is there. But when it's dry, it really does have a pop. I'm hoping, if you can't see it on the page, that if you pop over to my blog, the photographs I've taken of the finished page will show that. The first stamp I'm going to use is one of my own Shady Designs one, and it's an A7 stamp set called Inner Circle, and I'm using it with the wild honey. I'm gradually adding it in different places and building up a subtle background. I've jumped to another one of my stamp sets, which is called Blooming Circles, and I've gone for one of the smaller elements, which is a circle. And now this time, using the abandoned coral oxide, I'm adding more circles, or I'm making it bubbles. From the same stamp set, there is a wonderful illegible script, and using a black ink pad, I'm building that up in different places to try and tie in the beautiful pop art image. Now, I ummed and ahed how I was going to colour this image. I didn't know whether I was going to colour it as is, or I was going to leave it predominantly, the colour of my art journal page. I thought, right, let's do that first and then see how it looks. If I don't like it, I can always colour the image in. I've gone for one of Bibi's intense liquid colours in sepia, and I'm going to outline around the image and just blend it out subtly, so it's creating quite a soft shadow. Now, because these are paints, they're going to sit on top of the oxide, which creates another depth, creates another layer, and I just love that feeling. So it's a combination of using a liquid paint with the oxides gives a completely different feel. I'm going to also pick up certain areas around her face and some of the other areas I feel that could add a little bit of detail, whether that's around the necklace she's wearing, her jawline, just to add, again, a little bit of depth and a little bit of shading to the image. Now, once that's done and, you know, I'm happy because I do faff when it comes to things like that. And I struggle to walk away sometimes and go, enough's enough. I'm grabbing back the gold paint again. This is going to be the predominant colour I've decided for the pop art image. And I'm going to colour in her hair and some of those quirky features that Erica has drawn into the image. And they're going to be gold. With the excess paint that's been left over, I'm going to colour in some of the smaller circles that I made originally using the oxide inks, just to lift some of these corner pieces. Once all that's done, I'm going to put my page to one side and let everything dry. Grabbing both the stamp sets, Blooming Circles and Oh So Circular, I'm going to use lots of the different elements, the small elements on both stamp sets, create my embellishments to decorate the page. I'm stamping them with VersaFine Clair because I've decided, yeah, I am going to watercolour them, and I'm probably going to use a mix of the oxide colours I used to create the background, and then add in a few little splashes of the gold paint. Now, certain parts of the video will be sped up because I want to try and get in as much as possible in a reasonable timescale. Now, everyone that's taking part in this month's YouTube Hop is listed below in the description box. Please do take the time to pop over and see their interpretation of the theme. My finished page I have photographed in detail and can be found over on my blog, and that is also linked below. I have also linked all the different products I've used as well in the description box. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you became a subscriber, hit the notifications bell, and if you have the chance, like and comment on this video. That would be really appreciated. Once I've got everything coloured, I'm going to let them dry, and once dry, I will cut them out ready to add to the page. Now, even though I've already stamped and coloured these, I haven't got an idea of where I'm going to put them on the page. After I've put the first one or two down, I gradually, you know, start thinking about where I want to put the elements. Sometimes it'll be to hide different mistakes I've made on the page that I don't like. Other times it'll be to elongate the actual design. I don't actually have a prearranged plan in my head, and that's why when you see me sticking things down, I appear to be darting all over the place and like not finishing one area before I disappear off to another area. My husband says that's how I shop as well, sort of thing. I look up, see something, head that way, look up, see something and head that way. Because I use the lanterns, I've just taken a black micron pen and I'm just extending those hanging parts so they don't just look like they're floating in mid-air. With a brown micron pen, I'm going to add some extra shading to the image, and I'm doing it with a mixture of cross-hatching, little dot, and also smudging, because even though it's a micron pen, whilst the ink is wet, I have got a little bit of time for that movement. And I'm just going to build up different areas where I would like the shadowing to be more intense. I don't necessarily want to colour with whether it was inks, pencils. I do just want to keep to the colours I've already started with. Next, it's the thing that possibly sometimes can take me the longest part of an art journal page. And it's something that I may not do straight away. I might have to live with the page and, see what sings to me. And that's the quotes or sentiments that I want to add. I have a pot of pre-cut quotes and sentiments already. And I'm just going to have a quick look through that and see if there's any that I think would work with the type of page that I've created so far. I'm just going to edge them with black ink and stick them into different locations on the page. Now, at this point, although I like the page, I'm not in love with the page. I am probably going to add extras to it. This is probably the bit then I sit here and shake my head at, because sometimes it works and sometimes I just think, why didn't you just stop when you should have just stopped? Thank you ever so much for your time and company today. If you'd like to see the finished page, don't forget to pop over to my blog and those details are below. Take care.